This is our beautiful Mullumbimby, nestled peacefully at the bottom of Mount Chincogan. The town is flourishing and Woolworths wants to move in, offering us progress and employment. But, as research has shown, when supermarkets move into small communities like ours, that for every 10 jobs generated, 17 will be lost from the local district. That means 7 people losing their jobs. And then there is the traffic issue. I'm standing on the corner of Station and Chincogan Street. We're going to have a little chat to one of the residents here. As you can see, she's trying to cross her road. She has a child in arms. This is what it's like already in Mullumbimby. Let's see, do we want to wait and see what it's like with the Woolies here? How intense the traffic could be then?
There's no footpath at all, and so we actually have to walk along the road just slightly in order to get down the street to the shops.
Yeah, so how do you feel as a parent? Do you have any concerns about your child?
Well, I'm worried that because the cars come flying through here. To introduce more cars when already it's a huge traffic flow through here, I just can't see how it could work. I think that the idea of having Woolworths in the industrial estate is probably a much better idea because it will attract business over there and it's within walking distance, and then we're not going to clutter up all these small little residential streets.
Yeah, my name's Duncan Day. I'm a civil engineer. I was on council for a couple of years, 2002 till 2004. Woolworths haven't yet built their building. They've currently got an application in to Frank Sartor, the State Minister for Planning, to build the full Stage 2 building and not build the effluent disposal system. And they're endeavouring to get that past him, because then they can turn around and build the building, and then they'll turn around afterwards and say, oh, guess what, we've got nowhere to dispose of our effluent. What people can do right now is they can put in submissions to the Department of Planning, the State Department of Planning, asking the state government not to approve the Section 96 change. And that is the change that would allow Woolworths to build both stages of their building right now and not have any on-site effluent arrangements. Yeah, the submissions that anybody can write have to be with the State Department of Planning by the 18th of July.
So who is Frank Sartor? A man about to make a big decision for a small community. A man who resides in Sydney and has possibly never even been to Mullumbimby before. So why is he making the big decision?
Hi everybody, my name's Mark Cochran. We live in a democracy. We're a duly elected council. We're given the power to determine issues like planning. Our council did that, and then one man, Frank Sartor, decided he'd change the decision. That's not a fair go. Don't forget, Woolies are coming for one reason, not to supply more jobs or better food choices or anything like that. They're coming here to take your money off you. Hey, don't be misled. They want your dough. Simple as that. What happens when Woolies and Coles don't control 78%, but 88% and 98%? Who's running the show? They are. They've now got the petrol tied up. They're tying up the pubs. So they're going to have our fuel, our grog and our food. And we're going to be their victims. You are on the high moral ground, believe me. Houses on busy roads aren't worth as much as the same house in a quiet street. Simple. If the impact on those houses, and the cheapest house I've got for sale in town I think at the moment is over 400, but just say they're only worth an average of 400,000, there's 50 of them, and they're impacted by 10% only, that's $2 million off their balance sheet. No one gets the money. Woolies just impacted on this town by $2 million, and it's probably close to a $500,000 average, and it's probably closer to a 20% impact. We're talking $5 million here. That's not fair. It's not a fair go. The other impact, which will be huge, is that Woolies proclaim they're going to be a one-stop shop. What you have to understand is that means the 2 fruit shops in town are going to be impacted. Silver Thread, they're going to sell buttons and bows and things like that. Rodney's disposal store will be impacted on. The bakeries will be impacted on. Most businesses in this town, say they turn over 700,000, they make about 70,000 a year. You know, just a rule of thumb, but that's about it. If they're impacted on by only 10%, and it'll probably be higher, many of those businesses will close. You will walk down the Burringbar Street and you will see newspaper on their windows, closed, gone out of business. We'll lose jobs, we'll lose that lovely feeling about Mullumbimby, and then you get the graffiti like you've got on the top pub already, and the town goes down the gurgler. Who benefits? Woolies benefit. Not fair, not a fair go. Sartor has the chance to fix the problem. He has the chance to look at it and say, gee, we didn't get any independent reports to look at the impact on this town. We didn't get any independent reports to have a look at the traffic issue or the flooding issue or the impact on the people who live nearby.
What I can tell you is what's in this current Section 96 is absolutely ludicrous what they're proposing for sewerage. This is their fourth attempt. This is their fourth attempt to have a go at getting through our sewerage moratorium here. Having a go at providing some form of sewerage that will support their big box store over there. And anyone that's in rural areas knows how much money councils require them to spend for this enormous big disposal area in the backyard. The disposal area of 477 square metres is located largely under the car park, under the asphalt. This thing's called an evapotranspiration bed that's meant to dispose of water. And these nongs, these Queenslander nongs, have drawn it in on the plan. They haven't even put the right names on it, but they think they're going to get away with it by poking it under the tarmac. They think Sartor won't notice. But we're going to tell Sartor, wake up Sartor, this is really wrong. Some people have believed it's a fait accompli down there, that that box will be built. I don't think so. Woolies doesn't do this if they think it's a fait accompli that they can walk into this town and build their box. But they want to build what they want to build so they can make the biggest bucks possible out of this town. So the immediate action for this week that's got to get down to Sydney before Friday is our submissions to Sartor to say that this is rubbish. We've got form letters to sign. You can write whatever you like. Just get those letters in there.
And in regards to there being any development at all at the proposed Woolworths site on Station Street, here in this document, the Mullumbimby Settlement Strategy adopted by the Byron Shire Council, it clearly states that the viability of the business centre of Mullumbimby is to be retained and enhanced through confining business development to the existing business zone. No standalone shopping centres will be permitted. The document is very, very clear.
This is about the state planning laws. We've been done over because the state has made the planning laws a joke. They've taken away our rights and they don't give a damn about sustainability. But they went ahead and approved a DA for a supermarket over there despite the community saying no. And at the moment I'm concerned that we have another DA with the state government and that DA appears to be flawed, and we need to tell them that it is. We need to let them know that they can't proceed with another approval under their shocking state planning laws. And I want to go one step further. I want to ask you to write also to the Premier. He's a little bit beleaguered at the moment, so let him know that we're upset about what they're doing to communities across the state. It's not just us, other communities are being done over. They're being shafted by this state government and their planning laws. We were disregarded, other communities are too. So let the Premier know, write the letter to Sartor about the DA.
We are under the illusion that Woolies is coming to town. Guess what? It's not a done deal. We do have an opportunity to have our say. So please sign and deliver the 2 attached letters to Santos by this Wednesday 16th. It's not over, and there's still more to come. It's Mullum's turn to be heard.